Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna and this is where fitness meets balance. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. I essentially post all sorts of updates, mostly fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle stuff. I have a background in exercise science. I also have a background of eating disorders and mental health issues like depression and anxiety. So I post all that good stuff. I'm also 38, almost 39 weeks pregnant. So I'm posting motherhood, wife stuff, pregnancy updates. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do so. Hit that notification bell so that you never miss a new video from me. I'm trying to post every Wednesday. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to improve your body image. I posted a shortened version of these to my reels on Instagram, so if you are not already following me on there, please go check my Instagram page out. But I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on those tips today. So tip number 1, I want you to buy clothes that fit your current body. All right, so get rid of the clothes that are too tight, that are uncomfortable, clothes that you maybe used to fit in, but they don't fit you anymore. Get rid of them because they only serve as a reminder that maybe your body has changed, and that might not feel good mentally or physically, emotionally. So just get rid of them because your body is supposed to change. Our bodies change over time. That's inevitable. That is something that you have to just learn to deal with. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Buy clothes that fit your current body, that make you feel confident and comfortable in the body that you are already in. You're not going to feel good about yourself if you're constantly worrying like, oh, is my, like bulge hanging over my pants, or, just if your clothes are too form-fitting, it doesn't feel good. So buy clothes that fit the body that you have. And if you have to go up in size, I know this is really hard to wrap your head around, but screw it. Who cares? A size is just a size. And as we know, so many brands are all over the board with their sizing. You could be an extra small in one brand and an extra large in the other. I know I, for one, range from like an extra small to a medium and sometimes a large, depending on the brand. So who really cares if you have to go up in size? Don't let that get to your head because sizing is just a size. Tip number 2, stop body checking, mirror checking, and get off the scale. How are you supposed to lift yourself up if you're constantly tearing yourself apart? If you're constantly walking by the mirror and lifting up your shirt. I used to do this, okay? So I know, don't do it, okay? I know it can be a habit, especially I used to like do it in the morning. I'd wake up and lift up my shirt and like check to see what my stomach looked like, if I had abs that day or not. And you know what? It needs to stop because it only reinforces that thought that you are good if you look good, or you're bad if you look bad, or judging yourself based on the number on the scale. So we all know too that the scale is such an inaccurate measurement of our progress or our value. Okay, your weight does not define you. All right, who you are as a person defines you. Your body does not define you, all right? Remember that, sis. Can I get a retweet? Your body does not define you. So ask yourself first, how are you feeling in your body, in your food choices, in your exercise, in your mental health? Check in with all of those health aspects instead of relying on the external sources like what your body looks like or how much you weigh. You need to focus more on that internal health and well-being, and honestly, the external health will follow. Tip number 3, surround yourself with people who lift you up. So this means unfollow any negative accounts on social media, anybody that makes you feel bad about yourself, unfollow, okay? I'm sorry. I don't personally love cancel culture, but if it is harming to your self-esteem, you don't need to be following that. My cat is here. Literally cannot film a video without either my animals or my child interrupting. Let me know if you know the struggle, especially working from home. So, unfollow any people on the internet that make you question your self-worth. And likewise, you should follow people who lift you up. All right? Follow people who preach the things that you believe in and the things that make you feel good about yourself. That goes for people in real life too. Be friends with people who lift you up. You need to find a good support system, whether that be your friends or your family, your loved ones. It could be people on the internet too. If you DM people that lift you up, that hype you up, then go for it, sis. I mean, no judgment, no shame. My best friend, actually, I met her on Instagram like 8 years ago, and we talk every single day. It all started because we were hyping each other up on Instagram, commenting on each other's posts. Then we became Facebook friends, like back when Facebook was cool. Yeah, I know, I'm old. And just since then, we have become the best of friends. We've met in person like three or four times, maybe. I think 4, maybe 5 times. Oh my God, sorry, Jess. Honestly, it doesn't seem weird at all anymore, but it's always kind of weird when I tell people like I met her on the internet, but that's the day and age that we live in now. So be friends with people in real life and on the internet that lift you up, that put you in a good mood. Your friends should support you. You should be able to talk to them as well as your family, especially if you're having a bad body image day. And if you don't have friends like that, you can DM me, okay? Find me on Instagram, Anna Mark, MARQ_. I will be here for you to root you on, to hype you up. Honestly, we all need a friend like that. So I'm here for you if you need that. All right, I'm just looking at my notes. Tip number 4, improve your coping mechanisms. This is something that I have learned to deal with firsthand because my coping mechanisms used to not be healthy. It used to be binge eating on food and purging through exercise. So now my coping mechanisms are generally to first sit with the feeling that I'm feeling with. That can be one of the hardest. Actually allow yourself to feel those negative feelings. We are so often taught in society that it's bad to feel bad, that you should always be happy. And you know what? That is not realistic. We're not always happy. We are human beings. We feel sadness, we feel grief, we feel anger, we feel frustration. There are so many feelings that aren't always positive, and it's okay to not be okay. So I allow myself first to sit with those negative feelings and just process them. And most of the time, the feeling goes away if you actually allow yourself to say, hey, I'm feeling like shit today. I'm just having a bad day, and that's all right. A tip that I like to do too is to set a timer on my phone for like 2 minutes. This was something that I would do very frequently when I was in the depths of my eating disorder, when I wanted to binge eat because I would turn to food for comfort. I would set a timer for 2 minutes, and if the urge to binge didn't go away, then my cat is nudging my tripod. Stop. If the urge to binge didn't go away, then I would allow myself to go binge. But most of the time it would go away. 2 minutes is not a long time at all. It can seem like eternity, especially if you have negative or unhealthy coping mechanisms. But set a timer and allow yourself to feel that feeling and then move on with it. So, improve your coping mechanisms also could be, these are very cliche and it's easy to say that you're going to do them. It's hard to do them in the moment. But things like call a friend, go for a walk, read a book, listen to music. For me personally, I struggle with actually doing those things. But I know for others, they work. So you have to figure out what works best for you personally. A lot of times too, I will exercise. However, it's not for punishment like it used to be. Exercise now is something that I personally love to do, that lifts me up, that makes me feel so good and empowered and strong and healthy. It's not something that I'm doing because I ate too much or because I don't like the way I look, but I do it because it makes me feel good. Let me know what your healthy coping mechanisms are down below. I'm always curious to know what other people do to cope. Tip number 5, reframe negative thoughts into positive ones. So this can be a hard one as well. But for instance, when you are having a bad body image day, you might say something to yourself like, I feel fat. That's very common. I used to tell myself that all the time. In reality, fat is not a feeling, okay? It's not. But what are you actually feeling? Maybe you're feeling invaluable, or maybe you feel lazy or unproductive. You feel unworthy. Those can be feelings associated with the thought of being fat, so to say. But when you reframe your thoughts from negative into positive, the first step is to acknowledge the thought. So just like acknowledging those negative feelings, you have to acknowledge, say, well, I am having a really bad body image day. I am not feeling good about myself. How can I reframe those thoughts into something positive? So maybe you could come up with a couple affirmations or mantras. One of my favorites is, your body does not define you, like I said in the beginning. Another one is that, life is tough, but so are you. So if you need to write those affirmations or positive thoughts and reminders on a sticky note, do it. Put it on your background on your phone. Put a post-it on your laptop or your desk, your fridge, your mirror. Write yourself a love note on your mirror. Remind yourself of those positive things. It can be so hard to do this in the moment, especially when you're not feeling good about yourself. But again, the first step is to recognize the negative thought, acknowledge it, process it, and then restructure it into a positive thought. So I'm feeling fat. Then translate that into, what are you actually feeling? Process those feelings and restructure it into, I'm not feeling productive or loved. So what do you need to do in order to feel those things? Maybe you need to, again, go back to those coping mechanisms, and then reframe the thought into, again, my body does not define me. So they all kind of tie together, all of these tips. I hope that these are helpful to you. Those are my top 5 tips. I could probably stand to come up with some more. Let me know what you like to do in the comments down below when you're having a bad body image day. What lifts you up? What makes you feel good? Definitely self-care would be something I would like to add. That could be a whole nother video. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Ryder is here. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, click that like button, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from me again. Thank you so much.
What if I...
You want to come say hi?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, camera.
What's your name?
Ryder.
How do you spell your name?
R-Y-D-E-R.
Good job. How old are you?
3.
You're 3. When's your birthday?
September 4.
Yeah. How old will you be on your birthday?
4.
Yeah, that's right. How old's mommy?
13.
I'm 13?
Yeah.
Wow. I love you, Shug.